Good morning YouTube, back here again today with another video, and today it is a beautiful day in West Texas, kind of cloudy, and I'm going to be doing a video today I've been wanting to do for a while. I have a lot of people come up to me and ask me, hey Tackleberry, what do I need to start fishing? And it's very simple, but it's very intimidating for new people that's never been around fishing gear or fishing poles or anything like that. When you go down the fishing aisle, it's very intimidating. There's stuff everywhere. You don't know what to look for. So today I'm going to try to make a video to help people out, you know, to kind of look through some things and kind of budget buy and stuff like that. So today I'm going to go out to my local Walmart, which is not big, by the way. It's a very small Walmart. It's not like a big super center or anything. So we're going to go out today and pick up a rod, everything we need to go catch some fish without breaking the bank. Nobody wants to spend $50 to $100 trying to go fishing. You know, they're barely into fishing. Maybe they've never fished their entire life and they're wanting to get into fishing. Apologize about the damn dog barking again. So we're gonna get there, pick some stuff out. We're gonna go to the next town over to a pond that has a bunch of fish, and I'm gonna show you that it does not take a lot of money to catch fish. So y'all stay tuned for today's video. We got a couple good ones. This is a Splash. I got it for 1974. That's a good one, even though it's pink. They got a little micro spin cast. That was 22. So on this other side, I have what's called the Slingshot, and it is for $9.68. So that looks like it's going to be our cheapest bet. They have the spinning setups for the exact same price, but for a beginner, I wouldn't recommend the spinning setup. So we're gonna go with this Slingshot and get us some weights and hooks. Got you some sinkers. These are, I guess, 1/4 ounce, 94 cents. Should be plenty. And a good size hook is size 6. It's pretty small, but also land big fish. Those are $1.27, so not bad. So we got the rod, hooks, weights. Now we just need some bait. Best bait you possibly get for beginners is whole kernel corn, and it is 98 cents. I like the ones with the pull tab. Makes it a whole lot easier rather than those where you got to carry a can opener. So we have everything we need. Let's go see how much it is. Okay guys, made it back to the house, and here we have our Zebco 202 Slingshot, line capacity 110 yards of 10 pounds, so that's pretty good. That is 10-pound line, so that saves you money right there all by itself. So we have that. We went ahead and bought our Eagle Claw plain shank hooks, size 6. There's 10 of them in there, so if you get snagged or lose one, you still have plenty more. Then you have your Water Gremlin. These are just your regular lead sinkers, really cheap, 1/4 ounce. There's 5 of them in there, so you're good to go. And then you have your whole kernel corn, whole kernel corn by Del Monte. This stuff is great. You can fish all day, and I guarantee you won't use half of this can. So it's cheap bait, catches catfish, carp, really anything eats sweet corn. So that's what we got, and let's see what it came out to. Sorry about that. People passing in front of my house like 100 miles an hour, like it's a drag strip around here or something. So here's the receipt. We got the corn, the fish hooks, the reel, the weights, and then the reel. And the price down there, if you can see, is $13.79. That is getting everything you need to start fishing for under $14. That blows my mind. I never added it up to see what, you know, what you could get for fishing, everything you need for under $14. I mean, there's a whole lot of other accessories you can get, but out the door, ready to go to start fishing, $14, you cannot beat that. Absolutely not beat that. So I'm gonna go inside and get ready, and we're gonna head to that pond, and I'm gonna show you that for under $14 you can catch fish. Okay guys, when you get your reel, you take it apart, put it together, you mash this button here and it releases the line. So you have your line and you have all these guides on your fishing pole that go all the way up. All you're gonna do is pass it through the guides all the way through the rod, and then you're ready to tie your hook and weight. And a lot of beginners, when they get these reels, once you do that, they try reeling in and all they hear is that sound. You hear that? That's the drag. And they think they bought a broken reel. I've seen a lot of people throw them away because they thought it was broken or take it back to Walmart. Right on top of the reel you have your drag knob. There's a minus and a plus sign. The more you roll it to the plus sign, the harder your line is to pull out. So for bigger fish. And once you start getting good at fishing, you'll start learning to play with the drag. But usually when they're brand new, they're all the way to the minus and you can't even reel them in. So don't be thinking like your rod is broken or anything. Just roll that over to the plus sign and it'll get a whole lot tighter, and you'll be really surprised. Okay guys, now that you got your line through your deals, you have your little number 6 hook, real small hook. All you're gonna do is pass it through there and run it up about, I don't know, give yourself about, I don't know, 10, 11 inches. And since your hook is gonna be on your main line, what I usually do, especially for beginners without knowing, you know, a lot of whole good knots. If you want to see some good knots, I have some knots on my channel. But for the hook being there about 8 or 10 inches from the end of your line, I usually just do an overhand knot, just how you're tying your shoelaces, and kind of work that down till it cinches up, and I'll go ahead and do another overhand knot. Granted, these aren't the best knots, but from a person that's barely getting fishing, these knots will do you just fine. As you get more into fishing, you'll be doing more research on knots and stuff like that, but all you do is just do a couple overhand knots on that hook, and like I said, you have about, I gave it about a foot of slack. So now that you got your hook tied on, you need your weight tied on to where you got some weight to cast it out into the water. Okay guys, now that I got my weight, my little water gremlin 1/4 ounce weight, what I'm going to do is tie a Palomar knot. And if you don't know how to tie a Palomar knot, the video is listed on my channel. It's a super easy knot, especially for beginners to learn, and it's one of the strongest knots you can tie. You're going to double your line into a loop. You're going to grab your weight. Got 2 lines running through the weight. You're going to make an overhand knot just like you're tying your shoes. The first step of tying your shoes. And you're going to work that down. On the right hand side, you're going to have this, sorry, this line is very curly. You're going to have this little loop on the right hand side. You're going to pass it through the weight and then pull your 2 tag ends together, and it cinches down, and that is one of the strongest knots you can tie. But if you're a beginner and not know how to tie knots or want to watch any videos, just do a couple overhand knots just like I showed you on the hook, and just do 2 or 3 of them. I don't recommend that, but like I said, for beginners, I mean, just tie you some good knots on there, a few good knots, and that should get you going. So we got our hook on the line, and about a foot below it, we got a little sinker. So we're going to go ahead and trim the tag end off, this long tag end here. Just get you some scissors, or you could bite it and trim that tag end off. So that is it. That is your entire setup. No swivels, no beads, no fancy equipment on the line. Just a hook and a sinker. And all you're going to do is open that can of corn, throw you a couple kernels on this hook, and we're going to cast it out. And I guarantee you this is going to land you some fish. So I'm going to get all this put up, get in the truck, and get going. And as I'm walking out of the house, we got the Bass Raider sitting under the carport. It is dusty as all heck. I got a couple chairs in there, the bait bucket's still in there. I need to show this thing some love. I hadn't had time to take it out. So hopefully in a video coming soon, we'll be cleaning this thing up, getting it all ready, and going to a new lake or something. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, let's go to Walmart. Oh, look at the kitty. The kitty is under the truck. Oh, it's a white kitty. Scram! Go! Go, go, go! Alright, let's go. Okay guys, made it here to the spot. It's about a 30-minute drive from the house. It's a little windy. I hope it doesn't show up on camera too much, but we got the tripod. My smart self forgot my GoPro harness. Got my GoPro in the bag, but forgot my harness at the house. So, smart move by me, but we got our new rod right there, and a can of corn sitting there on the ground. So I'm gonna get everything rigged up on it, the corn on the hook, and we're gonna give it a cast, and I'm gonna give a few more tips. It's gonna be a little hard without the GoPro, but we're gonna make it work. Hopefully we catch some fish. Alright guys, we got the corn on the hook, just a couple kernels. Doesn't take a lot, you don't have to fill it up. 1 or 2 kernels does just fine. So when you have your rod, the reel has this button on the back, and that's what releases the line to go. So in order to cast these reels, what you do is you put your thumb on the button and you mash it. If you let it go, your weight and bait are gonna hit the floor. So you gotta hold it down, and you're gonna reach back, and when you cast, it takes some practice, but when you cast, you're gonna release that button, and your bait's gonna go into the water. It's gonna take some practice, but that's how you work the spin cast reels. All right, guys, once you got your bait in the water, you want to reel your slack up to where your line feels kind of tight, and you want to hold it right there. Once the fish start biting, you'll feel the thump on the end of your rod. You'll start feeling it thump, and it takes some practice, but that's what's called when you set the hook. When you jerk it to set the hook in the fish's mouth, it takes some practice. I've been fishing for years and I still have trouble time to time. So you're gonna reel in that slack, and you're gonna sit there and wait and feel it. And once they start thumping it, sometimes they're just barely testing it out. So you don't want to jerk it like on the first bite. So as you fish, you'll start getting better and better at telling when the fish has the bait in its mouth. And you just give it a quick little jerk and start reeling it in, and your fish is on. And trust me, it is an exciting feeling. Well, guys, just to kind of give you all an update, I've been here for 30 minutes. Usually this small pond produces like every 5 seconds. If you've seen other videos on my channel, my son's pulling them out left and right, so I'm struggling today. Unfortunately, I do not have a lot of time, so I'm going to give it a little bit more. If not, there's a family fishing a little bit ways from me, and one of the kids does not have a fishing pole. So if I don't catch a fish here pretty soon, I'm going to walk over and I'm going to see if I can give this brand new fishing pole to that young kid. That way he can go and get fishing and get him hooked for life. So we're going to give it a little bit longer, and if not, I'll see y'all in a little bit. What's going on, guys? Back here in the truck. Unfortunately, we did not catch any fish today, but I am shorted out of time, so I had to wrap it up. I walked over and gave that kid that brand new pole. He was ecstatic. I mean, he was so excited it wasn't even funny. The parents were very appreciative, and I'm so glad that I could give that kid a brand new rod and reel. That way he could get hooked for the rest of his life. So it was surprising to me that we did all that for under $14. Under $14, you can't beat that. To get started into fishing, I mean, everything you need, and as you go on, you buy the accessories, tackle box and stuff like that, but just to get started out the store onto the water and started fishing, it blows my mind. So I appreciate y'all tuning in today's video. We're almost at 300 subscribers. That is freaking awesome. I know I say it all the time, but I can't thank y'all enough for that. That absolutely blows my mind. So if y'all like today's video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Share the channel. It always helps us out. It helps us grow. And everybody knows that the Tackleberry subscribers always catch more fish than everybody else. But I'm just kidding. But thanks for tuning in today's video, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.